Hello there. My name is Jaiye Bynoe. You on the Jayman Show, which is on WBCA 102.9 FM, Boston's local community radio station. My guest today is Kirosha. Hi, Kirosha. Good to see you on the show today.
Hi, how you doing? It's great to be here.
Absolutely. It's so wonderful to have you. Yeah. Okay. So, how did you get started in the entertainment field as a songwriter and singer?
Oh, wow, it's a good question. I've been doing music, all my life. My father, Everard Huggin, is a great musician in the Boston area.
Oh, wow.
Um, and so we grew up with music all around us, grew up in church, singing in choirs since I was a babe, really. And so in college is when I really started to experiment with songwriting. And I formed a little girls group with some of my friends. And I would write songs and we would perform them. And after college, everybody kind of went to do their own thing. And I decided to record some of the songs that I had written. And we just went from there.
Oh, that's wonderful. Have you been able to get them on out there, like on social media, so we can hear them?
Yeah, you can find my music pretty much anywhere that you find music, Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon, Google Play. It's under my maiden name, which is Kirosha Huggin, and my album is called Journey.
Oh, that's wonderful because it definitely sounds like a wonderful title for the album. Yeah. So what inspires you? What inspires you to become a singer and songwriter?
Oh man, I grew up, in a very musical family. Everybody in my family is very musical, and to be honest, I have some older cousins that used to do a lot of singing with us when they would babysit us, and they would kind of do like a vocal boot camp with us.
Wow.
I don't think they meant anything by it. It was just kind of passing the time and trying to keep us entertained. And so we would sing songs and we would practice doing like harmonies and rounds and things like that. And so I really admired them, as people and as singers. And so I would just try to practice my singing, and I would try to show them like, oh, look what I can do. And, and so from there, and growing up in church, there's always music and singing going on. And as I grew older, it became more about using the gift that has given me and just magnifying him and being able to use my music and my voice to help heal people and bring them comfort and joy, and it's just really an amazing gift.
Yes, this is definitely a wonderful gift because I saw you sing with such. Boston was wonderful. Wow. Yeah. How, how did you actually meet Such? She's a wonderful singer.
She is a wonderful singer. She's actually from my little hometown where I am now, in Lancaster, Mass. And she shared in the show that her father's, was a pastor. And so we kind of knew each other from church events and things like that. And, sang together a few times. So we've known each other for a long time and we've stayed connected. And I'm just really proud of everything that she's done. She's amazing.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, yeah, definitely. So what advice can you give singers that want to become a singer like you or such? I mean, because I know that you offer songwriting tips for people. Yeah. So
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, I have a program that I'm starting up in January
okay.
for Christian singers who want to move to the next step of being songwriters. Um, and so actually writing their own original music and recording it. And I have producers on my team. And so it's going to be really exciting. But my advice is to just do it, right?
Yeah.
Um, a lot of times, people don't do it because they're scared. Um, they're scared to put themselves out there. They're scared that maybe their songs might not be good enough. They don't know what people are going to think. They're scared that, it's not going to be worth it. But honestly, anytime that God puts a song in your heart, it's going to be worth it, whether 10 people hear it or 10,000 people hear it. There's always a reason for the song that you have in your heart. So I say just do it. That's my first thing. And if you're not really sure on how to do it, then find somebody who knows how to do it, and get some mentoring, get some help. Writing with others is really fun and it's really valuable. I see now, I was just watching the GMA Dev Awards the other day, the replay, and when they list all these different songs of the year and stuff like that, it's never just one writer. There's always two, three, four, five writers on
Yeah.
it. So writing together is really, really valuable. You get a lot of insight, a lot of different creativity to come out with a really great song at the end of the day. So um, those are two major things that I would say. Don't be afraid, or even if you are afraid, just do it even while you're afraid, and find someone who knows, who has a little more experience to guide you through it. And I would definitely love to be one of those people. Um, and we would love to have anyone who wants to take that step to join our program coming up next month in January.
Look, that sounds wonderful. I just find joy, because I could definitely learn from you, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So how did the pandemic affect you? I mean, everything being shut down. Did that affect your career? Everything being shut down?
you know, um, yes, yes and no, right? So I'm actually not full time music right now, but I'm starting in January to be full time in music. So I had a 9 to 5 that I was working, but right before the pandemic hit, um, I had decided to really dive into this music thing. And I connected with a friend of mine who had gotten really talented with a camera, and he
Oh,
was like, let's do some music videos for your songs. And so I invested like a lot of money and we shot videos. I even went to California and shot a video
wow.
there. And we came back from that last shoot maybe like the first week of March.
Mhm.
And then 2 weeks later, the whole world shut down.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I just invested all this money to make these videos to kind of help, put myself out there so I could travel and
Yeah.
sing and get gigs. And then everything just kind of went flop. So it hit me hard because I thought maybe I wasn't doing the right thing. Maybe, I shouldn't have, taken that step. Maybe I should have waited. But I know that God works everything out in
Mhm.
perfect time. And so
Yeah.
I know there was a reason for it, and everything that shifted, work, I didn't have to go into work. I got to stay home with my family, and I got to kind of reshift my whole mindset of how this is going to look like moving forward. I do have three young children,
Yeah.
and so I think I needed that time
Hmm.
to really kind of refocus my priorities and get some new perspective and new ideas on how to be successful in the music industry. It's
Hmm.
not always, it doesn't have to be singing on stage and traveling the world, So I have a lot of value to give. And so, which is why I've entered into the world of coaching and teaching and songwriting. So that's kind of where I put my focus now. I still love to sing and to travel,
Hmm.
but I think the pandemic kind of um, reshifted that for
Yeah,
me.
I agree.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So what was California like? I mean, did you get to see a lot of celebrities or meet any celebrities down there?
No, I didn't. It was a really, really quick trip where I was there for maybe 3 days and shooting videos. Like we were up like way before the sun,
Okay.
and shooting into the night. And so I got like 3 hours of sleep a night. It was really crazy. And I was like, is this the life of an artist? I don't know if I can hang. But I love California. I've got a lot of people over there. Um, a lot of musicians that I know from Berklee College of
Yeah.
Music have migrated over there, and they're doing
Mhm.
amazing things. Um, so every time I go to Cali, I fall in love. I think that I will end up there one
Mhm.
day. But yeah, Cali is just an awesome atmosphere, awesome
Yeah.
weather. It's
Uh-huh.
just really inspiring for artists. So if you
Yeah.
haven't gone, you should definitely take a trip out there.
Yeah, I love, trust me, I love to go with you right now. Please take me with you. That's so, if you will, I'll roll with you, okay? Yeah,
Okay, I'll call you next time
yeah,
I go.
make it happen. Definitely. Yeah. Would you consider moving to California instead of being in Boston where it's cold right now? Because I'm not a fan of the cold. So
I am not a fan of the cold. You would think, being born and raised here, that I would be used to it, but every year I'm like, oh my goodness, what is this? Why? This is not humanly,
Mhm.
this is not good for humans. I would love to be there, but um, my husband, he's from Haiti, and so he's got a lot of family still over there. And so we're still not in a place where we would feel comfortable being so far away
uh,
from them. So as of right now, we don't have plans to go, but he's never been there yet.
mm,
So I'm planning to take him there so he falls in love,
yeah.
and we can go.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely hear you. So have you had a chance to meet any celebrities, any famous musicians since you're in the business?
um, let's see. I have met mostly gospel artists.
Okay.
So I've met Mary Mary, I've met Tamla Mann, I've met um, Ty Tribbett, I've met um, Whitley Phipps, I've met Todd Galbert. Um, who else? I feel like there's
Mm.
more, but um, those guys, they're pretty big guys, yeah. So it's been fun. I've sung, behind some of them, and
Mm-hmm.
shared the stage at different events. So yeah.
Yeah, it definitely because I say when I first saw you sing at the show, I was like, wow, this girl's gonna go far. I just had to.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. We're working on that.
Yeah, definitely not because I don't because I'm about trying to help people right like you, so I want to help you so we can make it together because that's how it should be all about try and make help others so they can make it together.
Exactly. I really appreciate the support.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so what do you like to do for fun when you're not singing up or working? What do you like to do for fun and travel?
I love traveling.
Hmm.
I love traveling. Seeing new places. I love living out of suitcases. Like I just
Yeah.
um I love going to the beach.
Hmm.
Um I like just hanging out with my friends and my family. Like I'm a big QT person, like quality time. I'm not really a big gift person, like just be there and I'm happy. So I love to, host parties and, just be around my loved
Hmm.
ones. I think that's my favorite thing to do,
Hmm.
is just hang out.
Yeah.
Love to hang out, yeah.
So what places have you traveled to? I mean, have you got the chance to go overseas?
Um, Singing wise, I think the farthest I've gone is Bermuda.
Oh wow.
I have a few friends over there, and so when we were in that singing group in college, we traveled to Bermuda and sang around the island and did a little concert over there. That was really fun.
Mhm.
Um, I've personally, like I've gone to, where have I gone? Canada, Venezuela, um, Haiti, of course.
Mhm.
and going to Mexico soon.
Oh,
So
you'll love it there.
yeah, have you been to Mexico?
Oh yeah, I actually went 4 years ago. I took a kind of a cruise there. My aunt, my cousin, and I. It was wonderful. The water was warm. I got to swim with dolphins. Yeah, so I'm a big.
Oh,
Yes,
awesome.
you'll love it there. I mean, I'm not a fan of cruising, but I mean, but I love the hot weather. So
Oh, really? Yeah, my husband always wanted, he says he wants to go on a cruise. I've never been on one either, so I don't know
mhm.
how we'll feel about it, but
Yeah,
we're gonna take a plane.
yeah. I mean, a cruise is okay. I mean, I kind of want to go on a Walt Disney World cruise to see Mickey and Minnie because I love Disney, but you know, yeah.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
I, yeah, I'll definitely try and plan that. So.
Yeah. We'll do it soon.
Oh yeah,
Once we make it, I'm gonna bring all my kiddos on a Disney
yeah. That's my
cruise.
that's my dream too. We can all go together. We make it. We'll all go on the same cruise together. Disney cruise.
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
Nice.
yeah. So what do you think we can do to change the world to make the world better, in your opinion?
Say that one more time.
Listen, what do you think people can do to change the world to make the world better, in your opinion?
Oh, that's a big one. Um, this world is going through so much
Yeah.
right now. Um, and I feel like we see that every year, but I feel like it just keeps getting worse and worse. Certain areas get a lot worse, and then certain areas get better, and it just, you know, it seems like, are we ever going to get to where we want to be? And I
Yeah.
think the one thing that we can do as individuals is just try to be the best person that we can be
Mm-hmm.
and sharing light
Yeah.
and sharing truth and sharing love
Mm-hmm.
and understanding, you know. Um, when people are so offended by everything, instead of just trying to push your agendas and point fingers and just cause more friction, if we could just take a step back and try to gain understanding,
Yeah.
you know, and respond with understanding from a viewpoint of understanding and love and healing,
Yeah.
you know. If everyone would just do that, it would be transformational, you know.
Yes, I definitely agree.
So it's hard. There's a lot of division. There's a lot of hatred. There's a lot of agendas out there, you know. But looking within yourself and being honest
Mm-hmm.
with yourself about who you are, what your motives are, and just trying to be and genuinely a good person filled with love. I think that's all we can do. And then it just kind of passes on. Once
Yeah.
you're that person that is loving and understanding,
Mm-hmm.
someone who doesn't expect you to be, and then that helps that person to, do the same and just pay it forward. So hopefully that domino effect will reach the world
Mm-hmm.
at some point.
Yeah, I hope so too. I definitely agree. Because I mean, the rate of voter right now is, of COVID racism. It's pretty sad. And I feel, yes, I know what you mean. Hopefully it'll get better over time. I hope that this whole COVID thing ends. Because it's too much. To wear a mask
Yeah,
outside.
it's getting too much, and so those of us who have children, if we
Mhm.
can just instill in them,
Yeah.
understanding
Yeah.
and love,
Mm-hmm.
that way they won't have to pass on our sins. We've made a lot of mistakes. We've
Mm-hmm.
learned a lot of things that we're trying to unlearn. So if
Mm-hmm.
we can teach our children better, and then, as generations go on and on,
Yeah.
it hopefully get better and better.
I definitely, because I try and teach my niece and nephews, what I've been through, so I try and teach them, right from wrong, and what to do and how to act in public, so that people take
Right.
it seriously. So I try and do the same things that you're trying to do with your children. I try and teach them, to act right. So
Yeah,
definitely.
so they don't have to go through what we went through, and they don't have to learn from experience what not
Yeah.
what not to say to
Oh, yeah.
someone, like just let them know. A lot of time we have a hard time being honest with our kids about what we've been through, about what we've done,
I
because
guess.
we want them to see us like, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the best way to show them like, hey, we understand, like we've been through this, we've struggled with this, we've been tempted with this, we've been offended, we've offended people, and you know just show them, this is what I learned.
Yes.
Instead of like, this is what you need to do, like, this is what I learned,
Mm-hmm.
because when I messed up, this is what happened.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So if we can just be honest with our kids and show them the right way,
I
we
definitely.
all be better for it. Yep.
I definitely agree because I try and, like I said, I try and make sure my nephews know what my sins is as well as what I went through as a young man, as how I graduated from college, my social degree, so I can, become somebody, and I want to make sure they get education, can become somebody too, so they can live a good life like I'm trying to. I definitely agree. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, did you go to college too?
Did I go to college? Yes, I
Oh,
did.
okay.
I went to college, and I studied business.
Oh, cool.
So
Mm, mhm.
now I'm starting my own business. I
Mhm.
hope it helps.
I'm sure it will, because I know that since being in business, in the field, you have to, go to college at first, get education, right, learn the business as well as in town. Because people say to me, you should put the business first and town last, because you don't want to end up, getting bankrupt like MC Hammer or Millie Finley. So that's true, right? Good advice, So.
Right, exactly. Yeah, business changes like all the time, especially with
Hmm.
technology changing
Yes.
every year. So I know a lot of what I learned is probably outdated, but the principles are still there. And so to be an artist successfully,
Mhm.
you have to be an entrepreneur,
Oh yeah.
basically.
Basically, yeah, I agree. Or at least have a college education, so you can have something to fall back on. Because I'm trying to go get my bachelor's degree now, so I can do my college education. Because I know that just being honest, you have to have a solid education, right? Something to fall back on. So you make some money and still do your dream, right?
Yeah, something that you can use to support you while you work on your dreams. Yeah,
You
it's
know,
possible. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, my mom always still go to college. So I'm trying to follow her footsteps. I mean, her footsteps, because I know that it's important. Because I see, because I know that, you can't really survive in a high school diploma. You have to have some kind of college degree, right? So, and yeah,
Yeah, college is it's important. It helps us to learn a lot more than
yes,
just the book stuff.
yeah,
When you're in college, you have to basically grow up
yeah. I
and
have, yeah,
learn how
yeah,
to deal with all different types of people, meeting all different types of people, and just kind of how to work through life, how to be responsible, how to take
yeah,
care of assignments and school bills and all that. I mean, you learn a lot in
yeah.
college outside of the books. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, I definitely agree. I highly recommend people go to college. I definitely do, because it will change your life. Like did mine, and make you try. The more you learn, the more you earn. Because the more you learn, the further you go. You make more money, you go further, and that's what you want to do, so you can live a good life. So I highly recommend college to people. That's yeah,
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 get
yeah,
it, yeah.
yeah, yeah. Definitely going to try and get it. Yeah, yeah. So where do you see yourself 5 years from now? Like, like 5 years from now? Hopefully, I'm doing what you're doing right now still.
Yes, like I told you, I'm going full time in music
Mhm,
starting in the new year. So 5 years from now, I see myself being very successful in that,
mhm,
having impacted many new artists' lives to help them to be confident
mhm,
in the industry. And um, I see myself, performing and coaching others to do the same, you know,
mhm.
and just building an empire. Every time I sit to work on my business, it just gets bigger and bigger in my head. And I'm like, whoa, this is
That's
going to
good.
be an empire. Yeah. So at first it was just, starting to set something up so that people can hire me to sing or to write them songs. And then I was like, oh, let me start coaching people who want to record, because I didn't have anyone to show me how to do it when I did it
Hmm.
back in the day. Everyone was telling me to do it, but I didn't have
Yeah.
anyone who was like, I've done it. Let me show you,
Hmm.
how to do it. So I want to be that person um, for new, artists coming up. And then um, I started a database with musicians, um, so that if I have a gig, that I have a database I can pull from, like, hey, who wants to come with me to New York to do this gig or whatnot. And then I thought, people are always asking me if I know people. So now I'm like, oh, this database might just become a big platform where people can find, artists for different programs for different things. And I'm like, then I can have people come in and teach on things that I don't know about, coach people on how to be a musician in the industry and how to be prepared and how to get gigs, or teach people how to master their tracks or whatnot, And so I'm like, oh, it's going to be a whole music resource, empire. And so I'm really just excited about where it's going to be. So we should definitely do this again in 5 years so we can, you
Absolutely.
know, play
Absolutely.
video to video and say, I did exactly what I said I was going to do.
Yeah, I totally agree. I love doing this. Yeah, I definitely do. Yeah. So so besides from being a songwriter and singer, would you also want to be an actress?
I've thought about it. You know, um, I have thought about it. And, growing up, sometimes I would pretend, you know,
Mm-hmm.
um, I would do something like Broadway, which is like a mixture of both acting and singing and performing. I think it would be really fun. I always actually had a dream to actually write a musical and perform in it. I love to be in front of people and make people laugh, and I'm always, emceeing things. And so I don't know, I think I would be good at it. Yeah, if the opportunity came, I would definitely try it out
Yeah,
for sure.
because I think it'd be wonderful because you can actually apply at bostoncasting.com, and there's actually a movie right now called I Want to Dance to Somebody about Whitney Houston, so you could audition for that.
Oh, really?
Being extras for that, yeah, because I applied for it and hear back,
Okay,
Yeah, and
cool. Good to know. I'll check
yep,
it out.
yeah, please do. And I was also actually in much worse like Cabin Mountain Laws and Here Comes the Boom with Kevin James. That was one of those experience for me. I was an extra background.
Oh,
I,
really?
yeah, I got to be my last shake his hands like Kevin James. It was great. So yeah, they're great.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, that must be so cool. Like, just to be there in the atmosphere of it all.
Hmm.
That's awesome.
Absolutely. Also, have you ever thought about making having a podcast show?
Yes,
Hmm.
I have. Um, as actually, I was just thinking about it last week.
Ah.
So, I plan on at least once a month,
Hmm.
once I start going full time, to have like a little podcast, slash, something that you can actually also see and watch, um, like interviewing different people who are using their voice for change, whether it be musically or just, you know, um, speaking, writing, because I do a little voiceover as well. So I want to highlight those people who are using their voice, because my company right now is currently called Kirosha Voice and Music. And so I haven't solidified the name of the show yet, but something about voice and music changers or something like that. And so anyone who's using their voice or music to change the world, just kind of sit and interview them and inspire people who are trying to do the same. So
I definitely agree because I would love for you to because I'd love for you to interview me since I interview you now. So that'd be I'd love to come on this show.
Oh yeah, awesome. Definitely. We'll book it.
Definitely, absolutely. That'd be great. Definitely. Yeah. And uh, okay. So do you have any plans for the holidays? Think Christmas, New Year's, anything going on?
I think it's going to be kind of quiet this year. Usually, my whole family, which is humongous,
Mm-hmm.
um, we'll get together New Year's Eve, and one of my favorite aunties, her birthday is on Christmas, so
Oh,
we'd always go to her house and kind of just party until midnight, and then at midnight we'd cut her cake and sing
yeah.
happy birthday to her, and then we'd exchange presents at
Mm,
midnight. So that's what we usually do. But since everything with COVID, and my cousins are living in California now, so they don't come back every Christmas, it's been a little quiet. So I think this year we're just gonna hang out at home, and my siblings probably come over with their kids, and we'll just eat, exchange gifts, and go to bed.
yeah. I definitely. I definitely understand what works for you, because I'm kind of the same way, because ever since my mom passed, it has been kind of the same,
I'm
It's,
sorry to hear that. Yeah.
I know, thank you. I know what you mean, because I used to love the hardest, but then once this happened, it's like, it's like just another day sort of, I mean, because
Yeah, it feels different.
was empty because, because it's not the same like it used to be, Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well, I
definitely,
hope you're able to find some joy
yeah,
in the holiday this year, even with your mom gone. I know she probably want that
yeah.
for you.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'm actually going to go to Florida for a couple of days, 10 days, get some sunshine. So, but that should be fun.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
it's nice little tropical Christmas there.
well, yeah, because get away from the cold for a bit, and
Yeah,
it's always nice, nice to get away, you know. So
absolutely.
and yeah. So this was wonderful, So so good to see you again, And I was really, like I said, I was really inspired by the singers. Like I said, I had you on my show because I was like, wow,
Well, thank
you-
you so much. I'm really, really honored that you even asked and
yes.
followed up. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's really an honor. It's exciting for me because I hadn't really done much performing for a while. So when Such asked me to sing with her, I was just like super,
Yeah.
super excited, and
Mhm.
we had so much fun. That was such a great night.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was wonderful because I met Sasha. She was so nice to me. I actually interviewed her. She was very nice, And
Oh yeah, she's
yeah,
a sweetheart. I
yeah,
love her. I love her.
mhm. Yeah. So just to have you and just to have SC2 sing was just a wonderful blessing. So yes, I was like, wow. And I just
Yeah,
like, so
I'm
that's,
glad I got to meet you, and I had met someone else there that took my contact too. Hopefully, we'll get connected soon. But yeah,
mhm.
the whole night was just a blessing,
Yeah,
definitely.
definitely. Well, like I said, like I said, you're always welcome on the show. Hopefully we can meet again. You know, because this is wonderful. And like I definitely think you're going to go far. We'll both go far, and I can tell you we'll both destined for great things. Yeah, definitely.
Thank you. My daughter's been here listening, and she
Okay.
wants to say, "Hey."
Okay. Hi. Okay. Hi. Hi. What's your name? Hi.
Her name is Hanani. She's a little musician herself.
Okay. Oh, cool. That's good. Does she sing?
She does sing.
Okay.
She's a little shy, but she sings
Okay.
very well. She
Okay.
does harmony and all of that. She plays the piano. She plays
Mhm.
the drums. Now she's learning like her ukulele.
Mhm.
So yeah, all of my kids are super musical. It's all in the blood.
Good. If she wants to sing my song, I love her singing. She's ever interested, So yeah.
Yeah, well, one day
Okay.
we're working on bravery and
Oh
boldness.
yeah. I understand. I was the same too. I was a kid, but then I got, so I know how it feels, So I definitely understand.
Yeah, one day, soon, soon,
Hopefully.
soon.
Yeah.
She's shaking her head. She's like, no.
Well, this is
Okay.
wonderful. This is so good to see you again, and I hope you have a wonderful Christmas and a Happy New Year, and stay safe, and hopefully, we'll talk again, and because love to come on your podcast when I miss to start it up, so definitely.
Yes, definitely. I will hit you up. Thank you so much for having me. And you too have happy, happy, happy holidays. Enjoy Florida. Enjoy your sunshine.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I'll talk to you soon. Okay. Thank you
All
again.
right.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.